Hi everyone, just wanted to show you how you can make a movie to upload onto our Perma Youth YouTube channel. So firstly, you need to think about what your movie is going to be, maybe map it out a bit, think about what you're going to say, and then get a friend to grab a phone or a tripod and start filming. So what I want to show you is the bit actually of how do you get it from your phone into your computer and then make it into a movie. So first of all, you need to connect your phone via the USB cord directly into the back of your computer, and then from there, what you need to do is open up. So this is talking from a Macintosh version. So if you have a different type of computer, I'm sure there's other types of software that you can use that would be very similar, and I'm sure you know what that is. And if you don't, maybe what we need to do is get someone in our team, maybe one of you, who knows how to make a movie using a different type of computer. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it using the iPhone and then also going into iMovie. So first of all, I'm just going to open up iMovie and okay, so what I'm going to do is create a new film. Here's all my other films I've been making. All right, so we're going to create a new one, new movie. And then once you're there, you go up to this little arrow here. And what that's doing is saying import video from camera or folder on your computer. So you may already have some films that you've done already that are somewhere else, but I'm going to show you how to do it directly from your camera. So press that little arrow, and it's just thinking about what it is that I've got on the phone. I've got a lot on there, so it's going to take a little bit of a while. Okay, so you can see up here that the phone is now loaded, Morag's phone, and I'm going to go and select a film. So Maya and I were doing some films together in a garden that she was making. So sorry, Maya, but I'm going to pick yours and show show people with that. So let's see, which you look through here at the bottom and pick which ones you think it might be. So you can always import all of them if you want, but I'm going to just pick the longest one, and we'll just take that one, and maybe the next one here, and then also the last one. So we'll just take all those ones there, and then we go down to the bottom here and import selected. And so that goes into kind of like your little library of clips up in this top corner here. What you need to do is just drag and drop it down. So you grab that clip, then I think we might like to try this clip, and I think probably the end clip was the main one. It's sort of like the goodbye one. So now what you need to do is just to edit them and join them together. So first of all, you try and work out what would be a good start. So at the start here, as you go along here, she's just standing there getting ready, and then she gets started. So hang on, I might just take out my headphones so you can hear it. So we want to trim off all that front stuff. So we just grab the front and move it. It's as simple as that to trim the. You can also slide in here and get more detail. See this slider bar that I'm moving? And you can get more detail. So I can go right up to the front, get lots of detail here, and find a good spot. And you can kind of see this line here. This is where the speaking's happening. So you know that's where they're chatting away. So I'm just going to drag that across to here. And that can be a good start. So let's just check that. Okay, so, but can you hear that the sound is actually really a little bit low? So I'm going to select all of those files, and you can do that by going, Command A, that selects all, or another way of doing it, I'll just get it off, is here, like you just grab your mouse and just select the whole lot. And then up the top here, there's some little controls. And this one here is probably the most important one for you. Just the thing about a film is people don't mind if there's a bit of, fluffing around in the filmy bit. But if the sound's no good and you can't hear it, it gets a bit distracting. So spend a bit of time getting your sound right. So I've just clicked on that button and it's come up with this equalizer here. Now, something that I often use, the one that I mostly use is this one, Music Enhance. You can put Voice Enhance, so let's just try it. I'll show it. So let's have a listen. So that's what it's like with flat. Let's go into Voice Enhance. I'll show you the difference. You can see the levels come up a bit. That's a little bit better. But let's try the Music Enhance. Here we go. Let's try this one. Oh, look, you can see how the levels have gone way up now. They're even starting to get above that line and go into the yellow. So let's try this.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permies.
So that's much better. You can actually hear that now.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permies.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we have, and the important thing to remember with this though is that if you're going to change it on one of those clips, change it on all of those clips. There's nothing worse than having like the first bit really loud and then it dropping down. So just select all and keep them all the same. So that's the sound bit. Now we just want to make sure that these clips go together. We just trim them and we butt them together. So let's just go. We don't need to listen to everything that Maya's just done there. We'll just see. We'll go from about here and see what's going on.
And forgot what else.
So we chopped there. That was a mistake. And this is the best thing about when you're doing a film that and editing. You can chop out the bits that you don't like.
Mulch on the top. And yeah, it's going to be really nice.
Okay, so that's where she forgot what she was going to say. So we'll just chop it here. When you want to edit, you go up to Modify, Split Clip. Now I'll just show you again. So modify, in that split clip there, another way of doing it is Apple B. So you can just use your keyboard shortcut to do that. All right, so we're going to just go across to here and see if there's something else that she said in this clip that was worth keeping as well.
And in this shady spot, like from the bananas and next to the lemon tree, I'm going to have like a little reading space over there.
Nice. So that's beautiful. So we can do the same thing. We can drag that front up to the point where she thinks she's going to say something again. There we go. Now I just check that that's working.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice. And in this shady spot, like from the banana.
So did you see that transition? It went over that little split, but it was just fine.
And yeah, it's going to be really nice. And in this shady spot, like from the bananas and next to the lemon tree, I'm going to have like a little reading space over there.
So there was a bit of a pause there, so I just bring that back a little bit. There we go. Let's see what she's saying in this next clip.
So I'm going to have a little reading nook over there underneath the lemons and the bananas. It's going to be a nice little shady spot.
Oh, so she did that again. We can get rid of that one and just use this one. And then I'm going to split that clip and get rid of this bit in the middle there because she's obviously not saying anything much in that bit. And we'll go to here.
In the garden, I'm going to plant stuff like garlic chives, some herbs, maybe a bit of French sorrel, and yeah, maybe basil and stuff. It'll be good.
Okay, so we just need to trim up each end of that little clip because that was really good. Well done, Maya. So we'll just bring that back to where it is that she finishes speaking, and at the other end we'll bring that to the front of where she's speaking. There we go. Let's just check the transition again. So you go before that.
In the garden, I'm going to plant stuff like garlic chives, some herbs, maybe a bit of
just watch what happens when we go across this next transition.
Yeah, maybe basil and stuff. That'd be good.
Okay, so I'm chatting away to her, so you don't want to hear that. So I'm just going to clip there. Now this time I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut. So that is Apple B. Whoop, split it, and then I can just... So make sure you highlight the right one. You just click on it to highlight. So I want to get rid of that one. So just press delete. It's gone. All right, let's check this transition again.
Look again what I've developed.
Oops, I clipped too much off. Now, this is the thing. If you clip too much off, don't worry. You just drag the front and you take it a bit until it looks good. There we go. Let's try again.
Come back again when I've developed it a bit more and I have another video showing all the steps that I've done. Please subscribe to our new Permies channel. See ya.
Nice. Excellent. Okay, so we'll just do that now. So that's the basics done. So we've got this lovely little, just over 1 minute film. So the levels of the sound are good. The sections between the different clips, they're all nicely flowing. Now what we could do now is get a bit fancy. You could leave it there, or you could go a little bit fancier. So you might want to put a title, for example. Okay, so up here, now can you see where my little cursor is? Up here it goes titles. So you click on that show titles. Now you've got all these different options. So you can do all these fancy things. So I typically just use this one that's it's called Centered. I'm just trying to look for it in amongst all of this. Here, Centered. It's just a plain old one. So what you do is you could grab it and you drag it to where you want it. Okay, so here we go. Maya's Garden. You don't need it. You can put a subtitle if you want. Okay, so let's have a look what. So now I'll go back down here, click my cursor down to here and see what happens when that goes.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this is my forming garden.
Okay, so there you go. You've got a title on. I'll just show you what it is as some of the other ones. So maybe we can grab, I don't know, let me see, something fancy. Let's do lens flare for something really different. Okay, so same thing, you just type it into here. So Maya's Garden. So I'm typing it over on the actual picture in here. All right, now let's go down here and let's see what happens when I do that.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this
Whoa,
is
fancy.
my forming
All right,
garden.
we'll leave that one.
So yesterday it was full of...
Okay, nice. So now the other thing that you could do is put some music underneath, and there's some music ready for you to use in iMovie. So let's go up into audio, and there's all of these different things, and there's different sounds. So for example, let's do progressive forest. I like this one. I don't know, let's click there. It's all the bird sounds, so we could kind of layer the bird sounds underneath mine. Let's see what happens now.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this is my forming garden. So yesterday it was full of pumpkins and
So you could do forest sounds like that, or it wouldn't be quite as appropriate to put in ocean surf, for example. Let's see what happens then.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this is my forming garden.
So that would sound pretty weird, wouldn't it? So we probably not use that one. Or you can use these songs here where you say jingles. So you can have a little listen to it over here and see what it sounds like. Or, well, volcano. I don't think we want volcano erupting. What about, let me see. Let's see. We can put some chickens in. Let's put the chickens in the background. Okay.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this is my forming garden. So yesterday it was full of pumpkins and aloe veras and turmeric, which we've taken.
Okay, now the chickens are a bit loud in the background, so we might just drop the sound down of that a bit. So let's, hang on, I don't know if you can see that very well. Okay, so I've just dropped the sound down by dragging this line up and down. You can see that number. So when it's 100, that's 100% sound, and when it goes down, maybe we'll put it like 20 something percent. Let's see what happens now.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth and this is my forming garden. So yesterday it was full of pumpkins and aloe veras and turmeric, which we've taken out.
So you can hear the chickens in the background. All right, I'm fiddling around here, but you get the picture. So you can pick whichever audio you want. The other thing, I'm just going to show you something else with the sound. I'm going to move that over to here, and we'll do an introductory sound. And sometimes I use this one, Playful. It's kind of a fun little one to start. And so you can actually put that in at the front. and you can just have it for a bit of the sound and then fade it. See this little button I'm doing? You can fade it in. So I'll just lower the sound a bit with that one too. All right, so let's have a listen to that.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Permuth, and this is my forming garden. So
Like it's fading,
yesterday it was full of
and then
pumpkins
come the
and
chickens.
alligators and turmerics, which we've taken out. We're going to make into a new garden up there.
So we can copy and paste the chickens so they're all the way along. Yep. And then just finish off the end. And we can actually grab the music again to end. So you've got music to start it and music to stop, the same music. The important thing with the music is that don't try and use music that's you need to use music that's either something that you've made or music that is free access. If you use something you're just dragging off any of the favorite songs of the time, it's actually you're infringing copyright. So it's really important to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do is just have an explore through these, or get creative with your own music. So let's just listen to this at the end. Let's see what's happening. So
Come back again when I've developed it a bit more and I have another video showing all the steps that I've done.
okay, so I might just fade that in a little bit and drop that down so we can still hear Maya. There we go.
And I have another video showing all the steps that I've done. Please subscribe to our new Permuth channel. See ya. Hi.
Okay, so now she said it here. Please subscribe. So you can actually put in a different kind of title here, which is something that just is along the bottom. So for example, I often use one of these ones down here. Maybe let's just do gradient black. That's kind of just a simple one. So we'll pop it in here where she was saying that. And you can say subscribe. Sometimes it takes a while. To Perma Youth. Subscribe. Actually making films sometimes takes a lot of your computer thinking time, and it might be a bit slow, but just be patient. Okay, there we go. So I'll just click here before that and see what happens.
Subscribe to our new Permuth channel.
So I always like to just kind of put it when she says it that it pops up. So we'll just move it back a little bit further.
Please subscribe to
Okay, so let's just start there.
I've done. Please subscribe to our new Permuth
Okay, see,
channel.
when she said subscribe, bang, the word subscribe comes up. Okay, lovely. Now, there's one more little thing that you can do is we can add in... Actually, no, that's fine. That's enough. Okay, so we've got our films. We've edited them. We've got our labels on. We've got some music and some sound effects. You can go wild with that. You can spend hours going into the special effects. Just see how quickly it was for us to actually do the filmy bit. Mucking around with all the other stuff takes some time. So if you want to just keep it simple, forget about all the special effects and just, keep your film. But it's up to you. Play and experiment, and it's kind of fun. The other thing you can also do is you can play with the timing, so you can actually make things go faster and slower. You wouldn't actually do this with this type of film because Maya's talking, but if you're demonstrating some kind of action and you want to just speed it up because it's taking quite some time to show it. I know Eden was doing this with his showing how to do the string pictures. So while he was doing the string, he sped it up so we saw him and we get the picture, but we don't need to watch every single hand movement. So that would come up in I need to actually highlight that. So here, see there's a little clock up here, and it goes normal, slow, fast, freeze frame, custom. So let's just go fast. I'll show you what happens if I do that. And you see the little bunny rabbit means it's fast. So watch this. Sorry, Maya, it's going to be a bit funny.
Come back.
So we don't need to have... Sorry, Maya, that's really kind of funny. Okay, I'll highlight that, and we'll just... And so you can change it to be super fast as well if you really want it. You can even do reverse, preserve pitch. Look, watch this. If we preserve the pitch And we're going fast. Let's see what happens with this one.
In the garden, I'm going to plant stuff like garlic chives and herbs, maybe a bit of French sorrel.
So it's fast, but it's not going. All right, so we'll get rid of all that. We don't need Maya being a bit funny. We just want her to explain what she's doing. So we're just going to go back normal, and it's all gone. Okay. We'll just unclick all of that. So it's all normal again. Let's check.
In the garden, I'm going to plant stuff like garlic.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we have our film. We're happy with that. Now what we need to do is to export it. Now, to export it for YouTube, what you want to do, so you go up here to File, Share, see there? Now, you can do it directly to YouTube, but the thing is that you're probably not necessarily hooked in with your system directly into our PermaYouth one. So the best thing for you to do is to go down to File, okay? So let's click on File, and you give it a title. So we're going to go Maya's, oops, I'm going to spell her name right, Maya's Garden. And we can just make it 720, because if it's bigger, it just sort of gets really big file. So Maya's intro to her garden, and that's a PermaYouth film. Okay, all right, so you don't need to fuss about anything else, that's just fine. And then we click next, and then you want to pick a spot where it's going to go. So I'm going to put it into PermaYouth, and we'll go pick a folder, PermaYouth YouTube clips, create, and then we'll go save it as My Garden. Okay, we'll just save that. So while that's saving, and you can see that this is up here, this little circle here tells you that it's saving, it's exporting. This at the moment will take about a minute, so we'll just leave that. You can see that little pie chart chugging, so don't bother with any of that right now. What we need to do now is to get into the YouTube channel. Okay, so let's go into the YouTube channel. I'm going to bring across one of my, so you can see in here, so this is our permaculture YouTube channel. Now you can see here that we have already Eden's how to make a string picture film up here. Awesome work. You can see up here, so that's the only one that we've got right now, and so we want to keep adding all your wonderful sites there. So this was one of the, when we had the camp at Crystal Waters. Right, okay, so my sharing was successful. I will show that so I can see. All right, here it's popped up here. All right, we'll just leave that on the side for the minute. Now I'm going to go into here. So, okay, YouTube Studio. This is where all the action happens. So we go YouTube Studio. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to we can either do it from here, this button, or this button. Either one works. So upload video. See the arrow here? So press upload. Now you just drag that file that we exported, Maya's Garden, MP4, into here. And then you just wait until it starts uploading. So while it's uploading, you can see down the bottom here, it says 1% uploaded. And it's 2%. It's going along. It won't take too long. So now I've got the title, which has come across from the title of the film. You can change that if you want. We can make that Maya's New Garden. We can do part 1 because she said she's going to do some more. So in this clip, Maya introduces us to her new garden, where she is going to make a no-dig garden. Okay, you can write as much as you like there. You've got up to 5,000 words to explain everything that you're doing. You can put in all different sorts of stuff there. Now, this thumbnail is what comes up as being the picture that you'll see when the film goes live. And, you know, like it's the image that you see. Oh, I like to watch that film. You know, it's what you see on the screen. Now, you can either just let the computer choose that and it will pick one, or you can upload your own there. I'm going to show you how to do that because it's kind of a good skill to have. So I'm going to go back into here, into the iMovie. Now, what you can do is find a nice picture that you like. There, that's nice. So, see, I was just moving that this thing along here until I got to a spot that I liked. There. There's nice. So you just click that there and go up to the file again and share. And this time, instead of sharing file, you're sharing an image. And this won't take any time at all. So then we go Maya's Garden thumbnail picture. Okay, save. All right, so we're going to go back into here. So still 5 minutes left. I might pause this recording and then come back when it's done. But I'll show you first, though, a couple of other things. So in the playlist, so we've got a playlist that's making, which is the artwork that Eden did. We can make a new playlist here, which is gardening. So let's do that. And we can create that. Okay, so we're going to put Maya's into gardening, obviously. Done. Now, is this video made for kids? Yes or no? Well, yes, obviously. So let's click that one. Right, so that's all you need to do for that one. And then you go next. Don't need to worry about anything there. Next. Now we can keep it unlisted here if you like, which means that only if we link to this film in our newsletter will you get to see it. If it's public here, that means that anyone can see it in the whole world. So we get to choose which one we want to do that. So I'm just going to leave it unlisted for now because I need to check in with Maya how she feels about how I've edited her film for her. And then we can either schedule that and set a date when we want it to go live, or if we don't schedule it, it'll just go live as soon as we hit the publish. So we can press save here. Okay. All right. Great. So I'm just going to go back in though because this gives you this gives you a chance to share it to different places. We don't really need to worry about that, although we could share it to Facebook into our Perma Youth Facebook if we wanted. But let's just close that for now. And if you needed to link it and copy it, so if you wanted to copy that and share that with a newsletter or with a friend, you copy it and you just put that in the link there. And let's see what happens when we do that. Here we go. Here's Maya.
Hi, I'm Maya from the Perma Youth.
Okay, so that looks good. Now what you can do is you can go ahead and you can like it. Make sure you've liked all these films that everyone's been making here. So that works. That's great. The only thing that I wanted to change about that was that we didn't have our little thumbnail on there. So let's go back in and see. Now it's listed here as well. Now we've got 2 films up. So you can check in here for more information about the details. So I wanted to upload a different thumbnail. And so we exported this one, the thumbnail. So we just open that one, toss it in. Now what happens when we play it, so we'll just make sure you save it. We should get a new thumbnail. So let's go back to channel videos and we will see, oops, sorry, just click that again. So now we can see that it says Maya's Garden on there. So we have a new thumbnail. Fantastic. So let's have a look on the dashboard, see what that looks like. Hang on, here. This is our channel. Oh, I think it's not showing there because it's not live. Here we go. So all the videos are there. Fantastic. So that's how you do it. And I hope that is quite straightforward for you, and it's so much fun. I love doing video editing. I do video editing all the time. I try and get out at least at least a film almost a day at the moment. Okay, see you later. Bye.